Hello and welcome. This is NAFDAC and Your Health, that TV program that preoccupies itself with ensuring that your health is safeguarded by giving you updates on how to patronize only wholesome food products and drugs of good quality. I am your host, Amanda Go. This edition of NAFDAC and Your Health begins with a commitment NAFDAC puts into ensuring that quality service delivery remains the hallmark of its regulatory activities. And then we'll be looking at the efforts made by the Southwest and North Central zones of NAFDAC in curtailing the menace of fake, substandard, unwholesome, unregistered, and unapproved regulated products. NAFDAC, as an agency that has the mandate of safeguarding the health of the Nigerian people, has consistently worked frantically in stemming the tide of fake, expired, and unregistered products. In spite of the assiduous efforts of the agency, unscrupulous humans have continued to employ elusive strategies in the activities to mar the work of the agency. Nonetheless, the agency remains committed to ensure that quality service is delivered to the people in line with its mandate.
The quality of medicine is why NAFDAC exists. The quality, the wholesomeness of food is why NAFDAC exists. Bad medicines have killed thousands or millions in this country. Bad food, the same. So I take it personally because you just don't know when you will be the one taking it yourself. You go to a party, the food is loaded with so many bad things. Sometimes you eat it and you get home, you start feeling one thing or the other. Or you are so ill, suddenly you go to a pharmacy setting. You have to go to a place where has the pharmacy sign, the RX. If you go to the corner store, you don't know what you are going to get. But even in the pharmacy store, sometimes they will put good medicine among bad ones, or bad medicines rather among good ones. Bad quality medicine have killed so many people. I've used the example of even a relative, my own brother that I lost last year. And a relative just about 3 months ago was ill and went to buy anti-malaria around the corner. And he wasn't getting better. He didn't know that it was fake. So I take quality of medicine very, very seriously. Medicine is supposed to make us better, not to kill us. So with our maturity level 3, there are many functions that add up to quality of medicine. Let's take customer service. You get into a building, a regulatory agency, and you are asking for something or you came to complain, your complaint is not attended to. It can affect quality of medicine because it's a mindset. If there is no quality mindset, meaning, oh, I'm supposed to respond to this person, respond to that person. If that person finds himself inspecting or in the lab, if it is that type of mental attitude, it will still show. So we don't distinguish customer service from availability of vehicle. If you don't have vehicle, what are you going to do to go and inspect? The investigation and enforcement, they go on big rates through intelligence gathering. We destroy so much product that sometimes I wonder, people should get it, that they are losing money by doing bad medicines or bad food and whatnot. But in terms of the outcomes of sanctions, when it goes to the court, we can do better as a country. You cannot give somebody that falsified medicine that can kill another person 3 years or pay 200,000 naira. We are now, our C-34 law is in the House now, in the National Assembly. We are trying to change it. We are trying to make the fines much stiffer. Because if there is no deterrent, people will repeat it, will repeat the offense. So we can do better, but that's where we have found ourselves as a country, unfortunately. But the legislators are working on it.
Indeed, to an exponential level, NAFDAC has in recent years stepped up its game in all areas of its operations, particularly in the areas of monitoring the quality of food and drugs that have been churned into the markets for purchase.
We are doing 20 times better than what we used to do in 2015. Why is that so? First, because we have quality mindset, which came through our training of quality management system. We are doing better. We are not there yet, but every day we are changing. We are getting better. So it is the quality mindset that is the baseline from where we started. Before, it used to be fill the yellow form, and then every 2 months or 3 months they will report, and But now we have digital tool that is helping us. And then we have a lot of training going on, because you have to keep training and training and training and training regulatory officers. The digital tool has helped us much, much more. The quality management system is the umbrella around all this. So our reporting system has become so much better than what it used to be. Because our motto is customer focused, agency minded. If I don't think of how my work is going to affect you as a customer, there's going to be a gap. Whether I'm the accountant or the pharmacovigilance officer or the admin officer or the enforcement, what am I doing that may affect what the customer gets? So that quality system is there, and we are improving on it every day. But in terms of pharmacovigilance, we are doing very well, but we are going to do better, because NAFDAC is the center for pharmacovigilance for the country, but we also have 6 zonal pharmacovigilance centers. They are being trained. Our staff are training them on how to detect very serious adverse events, how to detect what is called signals that you don't expect will happen, but it happened as very, very bad side effect. How to detect that, how to use med safety app, of course. So we're going to really go, be more proactive in terms of the zonal pharmacovigilance centers.
You have been watching NAFDAC and Your Health. The program continues shortly. Stay with us.
The Med Safety app is the latest reporting tool introduced by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control in November 2020 as part of the Innovative Medicines Initiative project. The app is made available to the public in collaboration with World Health Organization, Uppsala Monitoring Center, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, UK, and National Agency for Food, Drugs and Administration and Control, NAFDAC. The Med Safety app allows users to track safety information of medicines, vaccines and other health products, report adverse drug reaction to a medicine or vaccine, and view data on suspected side effects. When you have received your COVID-19 vaccine, you can use the Med Safety app to report any adverse reaction or side effect you may feel. The app can be used by anybody, irrespective of whether you are a medical practitioner or not. You, your family and friends, everyone can download and use the Med Safety app to report adverse drug reaction. Just search for Med Safety on Google Play Store for Android and App Store for iOS. When using the app for the first time, the user needs to select his or her region, in this case, Nigeria, and also choose the preferred language of choice. The user will then be taken to the login page where you create an account by providing your email and password, or proceed as a guest. To create an account, you are required to provide the following details: reporter type, example, physician or pharmacist, as well as their name and email address, password with at least 9 characters with 1 uppercase letter and a number. read the privacy statement and accept. Once you are logged in, the user is presented with a number of tabs, which includes news, products and watch lists. Under the Report tab, the user can report a new suspected adverse drug reaction ADR. On opening a new report, the user is prompted to impute patient details, which include initials, sex, and date of birth. The user is then required to input details of the suspected medicine. These include suspected medicine name, other drug details such as strength, batch, dosage details. Multiple suspect drugs and concomitant drugs can be added at any time. The report can be saved and completed at a later time. A saved report can be found on pending reports and can be continued by clicking on the report and continuing from where the user stopped. Enter reaction details, reaction date and outcomes. Multiple suspects' reaction can also be added. Also, further details about the report can also be included, such as did the reaction cause prolonged hospitalization, disability, congenital anomaly, or birth defect, life-threatening results in deaths, and so on. Finally, you can also add details of any relevant medical history before submitting the report. The user receives a message on the app confirming submission and an acknowledgement in the mail for submission. Reports can be created and saved without internet connection and be sent whenever internet connection is available. The product tabs show all medicines in the NAFDAC list database. It's easier to navigate to a drug or vaccine of interest, and this data is obtained from the WHO Uppsala Monitoring Center. User can also add products of interest to their watch list to get the latest information on the drugs. All products added to the watch list can be viewed in the watch list tab. The News tab displays drug safety information by NAFDAC. This is usually up to date with drug safety information. Registered users can also edit their profile or change app settings. For more information on the app, please contact the National Pharmacovigilance Center (NPC) at NAFDAC headquarters, plot 2032, Olusegun Obasanjo Way, Wuse Zone 7, Abuja, or call 09290511110 or send email to medsafetyapp@nafdac.gov.ng or pharmacovigilance@nafdac.gov.ng.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned.
NAFDAC's operations are highly decentralized to ensure that the agency is close to every part of the country and that the agency's offices are easily accessible. Apart from having offices in all the 36 states of the country, NAFDAC also has zonal offices in all the geopolitical zones for effective operation. This helps to enhance the delivery of quality regulatory services to the Nigerian people. Mrs. Roslyn Ajayi is the Zonal Director of the Southwest Zone of the agency.
The raw materials are imported, many of them are very expensive, and then when they get expired, they don't want to get rid of them because it's huge cost, it's huge amount of money. So we had a whistleblower that a particular facility was engaged in revalidating a raw material that is to be used. And of course, we got there and we discovered that it was true. So we took action. The products were confiscated, the company was sanctioned. Our regulatory activities is not meant to kill businesses. We are customer-focused, agency-minded. But we also know that our mandate is to safeguard the health of the citizens. So we cannot compromise. We tell our stakeholders from time to time, one of the achievements in this zone is that I have conducted stakeholders engagement in all the states.
Part of the steps taken to further rid the states in the Southwest of fake, expired, and unapproved products is the approval of the Special Task Force for the zone.
We did some routine inspections in some states, and we discovered that there are lots of violations, some unsatisfactory good manufacturing practice, because the condition for your registration is that your manufacturing practice is satisfactory. So by the time we visit again and we discover that it's poor, so we have so many poor or unsatisfactory good manufacturing practice. And of course, I raised an alarm and reported to the DG that this is the challenge. And so she approved and said, okay, raise a task force that will go around the states of the zone and see the prevalence of some of these issues that I was describing. And of course, we began from one of the states, and it was quite alarming, the level of violations. So the zonal task force is that, yes, each state has it's part of the function in each state to do routine, to do post-market surveillance. But sometimes, when you are too familiar, your people are too familiar with you, you can hardly conduct enforcement. So we raise people from the zone to join people from those states to go about to visit these facilities with a third eye. Because somebody goes to the same place every time, again and again, may not be able to, spot out the differences again, especially when there are violations. And of course, for security reasons, they will say, oh, this is the person that came to my facility. We are living in the same community. So when we suspect high level of violation, it's better that we raise task force from a different location where these people are not known. They are not known. They cannot. I'm not saying they can't be induced, but inducement is quite, not going to be very common. So we raise people from the zone to join members of the team in that state to go about and conduct this exercise, visit especially the registered facilities.
As so much work go on in the Southwest Zone, the director of the North Central Zone is also not resting on his oars in the zone that comprises states like Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Plateau, and Niger.
About the expired products that we reported, and the products that we got, we have somewhere from Niger and some other states, and they were found in the premises or in the supermarkets. Most of them were carbonated drinks, canned foods, which have expired, and some of them have even gone ahead to even change the dates of some of those products. What we did was to evacuate all of them, to our warehouse, and also sanction, the companies that were involved in that. We also have the drug aspect. In fact, on the drug aspect, that is where it's even more common. A product will have expired, they will change the date. They have all these laser machines now that they use to reprint some of those things. So we also have those things. We have some other products that are unregistered, pharmaceutical and even food products. Some of them, are got under the pretext of global listing, and some of them under the drugs under the pretext of orphan drugs. These things are not excusable. The rules are very clear. If you need any of those things, you have the rules and you follow them. If you want to bring them for supermarkets, definitely there are the rules. If you want to bring them as orphan drugs because they are needed, the rules are there and they are not too stringent. Some fruits will be very red, ripened, but by the time you open it, you discover that the inside is not even ripe. Means they've used something external, which is usually carbon. So we actually have such cases. And in fact, in one of my operations in the past, in one of my locations, we even caught about 6 of them, which were televised. As for water, they are very, very smart. Somebody that did not register water and want to produce would rather use somebody's trade name and counterfeit. So we used to get information on that, and we swoop on such locations. For such ones, we go straight for prosecution because the person is aware and before getting involved in this criminal act. So we've had such instances.
In all of these, NAFDAC still upholds its slogan and does everything possible to be customer focused.
The intention of our activities is not to kill businesses. The intention is to get people do what is right so that products offered to the public can be safe and wholesome and of the right quality. Under this current management, Professor Moji Adeyeye, the slogan of NAFDAC is customer-focused, agency-minded. If there are things that are not going to put the public at risk, the health of the public at risk, it is treated and sanction measures will be taken and corrections will be effected, and then the business gets going.
Once they pick any product, they should look for the information no matter what. They should look for NAFDAC registration number. Then the expiry date is very, very key. For some products, particularly food, they used to have short lifespan. So while you have a product that is 3 years, while it's supposed to be 1 year, then that should tell you that something has happened. So for things like maybe bread, for products that are MSME, such products, some of them are just 6 months, some of them are 1 year. So once you have anything 2 years, 3 years, then means there are problems. Then you can also look at the expiry date or the best before date. If the character, differs from the entire thing, from the other ones, maybe the manufacturing date, then you should know that maybe something has actually happened. So I think we should be wary, of this, particularly for carbonated drinks and canned foods. It's very, very common with that.
To the public, I want to assure them that NAFDAC is doing our bit. And so when the product is registered, they should have some measure of confidence.
This is how far we can go on this edition of NAFDAC and Your Health. Another edition will be brought for your viewing pleasure, same time, same station, next week. Meanwhile, we would appreciate any information on activities that can put the health of the public at risk. If you have any of such information, please reach out to us.
You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded.
Don't forget, importing, producing, distributing, marketing and selling of unwholesome food products, drugs, substandard medical equipment and chemicals are criminal. Join NAFDAC to put a stop to these crimes. Till we come your way again next week, stay safe.